Okay, you guys, I am going to be crafting today. I'm doing a couple of different things and just thought I have y'all here for the ride. Like, I haven't been recording like I should, so I thought, well, let me just go ahead and do this while I'm working. And in that way, if you have questions, you can ask questions. If you just want to watch and this is your ASMR for tonight, you got that. I will be, I think I'm going to do 3 like resin type projects, and then not 3. I'm going to do more than 3 resin projects, but I'm going to do 3 like Christmas trees, because we're starting to get to that time where my Christmas trees go into demand. And then I am doing a Pinterest live tomorrow, so I need to prepare some stuff for my Pinterest live. So that being the case, I'm probably just going to do, like I said, y'all are just in for the ride as I do my different projects to prepare for tomorrow and prepare for and just start making some of my trees. So if you don't know what I mean by my trees, so I have gotten these wonderful pieces of barn wood from a wonderful man who lives in Louisa, who let me have some barn wood from his old barn. And so I have been using those pieces to make trees, and here's like a small example of what I'm talking about. So that's barn wood from his barn, and I normally put like some kind of card on here to say, hey, this is from a barn in Louisa that was like over 100 years old. And then we put the crushed glass and some kind of ornament or something on top to make it, and then I put resin over the whole thing to like seal it in there and keep it where it belongs. So I'm gonna do 2 of those possibly tonight, because I just realized that I don't have my little pieces of wood. So I may be up and at them. See, I have these 2 pieces right here that I plan on doing something with today. So I'm gonna do that. And then, like I said, I'm preparing for a live tomorrow. I think what I'm really going to do is not coming until tomorrow. I'm preparing for a Pinterest live on Tuesday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have training. But I'm going to do some resin things. So this is my current badge holder, which I'm making myself some different ones because I really don't like the little slide down clips. So I bought some clips to put on some resin holders. So I'm going to make some of those, just the tops to some of those today. So like I said, I'm just doing that. And then, you know, I'll just see what else happens as we're going through. And I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything chat-wise. So you're definitely welcome to just watch. You're also welcome to leave stuff in the chat. I'm going to tell you if I'm working and looking down, I may miss it, and you may have to put it in more than one time, and I apologize for that, but hey, that's where we are right now. So, so that being said, I am just going to prep a couple of my surfaces here, and then I'm just going to get started. So like I said, if you have any questions, or like I said, if you just want to hang out with me, hang out with me. Thank you for watching. So if you look behind me, you can see that there is stuff everywhere, like everywhere, right? Oh, dang, I said hang out with me, and then like a couple of people dropped off. You don't want to hang out with me? Fine. But anyways, so, you know, I will be doing this by myself, so it doesn't matter. You know, y'all can come or not come or see it in the replay. But right now, like I said, I'm just gonna, I have stuff everywhere because I don't know what I was gonna need, and I didn't want to have to get up to get anything in the middle of the live, even though, unless I can be creative here and get something that's in reach, I do not have what I need for the bottom of my tree. But maybe in all of this stuff, we won't call it crap today, in all of this stuff, I'll be able to figure something out. So if you see behind me over here, I got some glitters. Over here, I got some paint. Here's some crushed glass. I'm trying to think of whether, like, this is like a burgundy color. It's the first time I've seen and purchased this color. This is something I get from Michael's. That I was hoping maybe do a Virginia Tech logo kind of on one of my pieces of barnwood, because I think that would be pretty cool. And my son just graduated from there, so that would be like something that he could possibly have and take with him. So that being the case, like I said, I'm just going to prep my boards, and then we're just gonna keep it moving. So I probably should grab my paper towels because I am a messy crafter. I don't know about you, but I'm a messy crafter. So by the end of this, I'm sure I will have paint and everything else everywhere. So I'm just gonna grab that right there, and then that way I'll still have paint everywhere, but I'll act like the paper towels will do something. So I'm gonna put this down a little bit so y'all will just see me without a head. Ay, ay, ay. So the first thing, like I said, I'm just gonna prep. These are pieces of barnwood. I am working to make things look like this. So I kind of sell these every around Christmas time. People like to buy, and it's like on a 100-year-old, over 100-year-old piece of wood that I do the crushed glass and make the trees on. I also do them on the little frames here. I'm losing my, every time I get on live, I just like lose my whole vocabulary. So to start this process, typically I just put, like, if you see in the background of this, you see like paint, and then I'll either paint it that way, or I'll paint it all over, and then I'll come back and sand it. So I'm just gonna put a light dusting of paint on both pieces of wood, and I think I'm going to just stick with the white today because I don't know what I'm doing. I have a whole bunch of pieces of crushed glass down here that maybe you guys can help me figure out which colors of crushed glass I should use. But right now we're just going to start with this little dab of the Artist Loft acrylic metallic white. So I'm just going to start there, and then again I'm just going to lightly coat this. I don't know if you can see that, like it is barely putting some paint on there, and I am just going to do that until I'm okay with it. So we're just gonna do like that. Sometimes I like to do it on the edges because I love the live edge look. Like, look at that. Like, I think that is so freaking amazing. I think it's amazing. So but I just kind of, let's see, sometimes I'll just do that. So I'll do this, and I'm going to do very light coats today because I want it to dry and possibly dry while we're on this live so that I can show you what the next steps of this would be. Again, for anybody that's joining. We're just making these right here. You know, I can be your ASMR channel if you just need something to veg out to. I'm gonna tell you, recently I have been vegging out to people in plant videos and people who are cutting people's grass. Like, I don't know. You know, the internet, you just get lost into stuff that you're like, why? Why am I looking at this? So that is been my recent, like, what is it? Guilty pleasures of watching stuff. I have been watching a lot of plant stuff because I have a few plants that I'm trying to keep alive. If you ever have a conversation with my husband and he talks to you about plants, he'll tell you, like, when we first got married, I was horrible. I tried to keep plants alive, but I wasn't very successful. And now I do a little bit better. I still have some trouble, but I do a little bit better. So, you know, I get a little kudos now. I didn't get it at all before. So he'll tell people, I thought I was going to have to buy all plastic and rubber plants because I would kill everything. Everything. I didn't mean to. I just wasn't good at it. And I'm still not great at it, but at least they're staying alive longer, you know? So here is, like I said, really, that's all I'm going to do, right? I'm not going to do much more than that. I just want those few little streaks there. I like the look of that, where it looks like it's still worn. Like, that looks worn. It doesn't look like it's something I painted today. You know, it looks worn, and that's what I want when I'm painting these. At least that's the look that I'm going for. Is it's something that has been worn over time. So I just dab on a little bit of paint, and then, like I said, and in this case it's helpful because it dries quicker. I am also trying to think about colors for this little frame here. I don't know. Whew. I have so much stuff, like I said, in the way here because I'm trying to, and I'll probably have this going up and down while I'm talking because I hate y'all not seeing my face. So, and I don't have my other stand because I left it at somebody's house when I was recording something. So there you have it. So I'm gonna get my buckets of paint, and I'm gonna try to stay away from blue because I do a lot of stuff in blue. So, like, typically I'm going down this road. So I'm gonna try not to go down that road today. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. So and then I have to stick with the colors that I have right here because I'm not going over there to get the colors. So let's do, but it's gonna be have a tree on it. What do y'all think? Oh, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know, because I want to go to blue so bad. I want to go to blue so bad. Let's stick with the warmy colors. You like my... So I'm looking at a red flash, a terracotta, and a yellow. And then maybe I'll add a white to it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then maybe, depending on how it looks, I'll throw in a little copper. So that's probably going to happen a lot today. So here, oops, sorry y'all, hand all in the way. Go back down to you, not seeing my head. And typically I'm going to start with the darker color. I might even start with this copper. Let me see how much. This doesn't feel like I got a whole lot of this. Enough to put on my finger though. Let's see what we got here. So I am not a professional by any means, nor have I gone to school or classes. This is just, oh crap. This is just me. You see, this shows you that I am not a professional here. This is me just liking to craft and doing what I feel. So, you know, life has too many challenges and too many things about it that's tough. So if you can find something that just brings you joy, even if it doesn't bring other people joy, because they're like, what the heck is that? Then do it. Then do it. Don't worry about them. So that's what I'm doing. I almost feel like the terracotta. I don't know what that is. Let me get that off of there. The terracotta needs to go next. Just because of how, y'all can't see that. I'm sorry. Like I said, I am just going live today because why not? You know, why not spend my afternoon or my evening with you? Why not? So that being said, I thought I'd just hit record on my camera while I'm going to do this because I'm doing this anyway. So I don't think, but I'm going to use a little bit of this because I feel like this is going to be a very similar color. This is the terracotta. I almost don't want to use it. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a little lighter. So it'll go into a lighter color. Let me get that. So, and today I am preparing to make a couple of Christmas trees on both this canvas. There we are. I was like, what is the word? This canvas, as well as I'm going to make it on this barnwood over here. So I'm going to make a couple of Christmas trees using crushed glass. And then, I think I almost feel like I'm really about to mess this up using this color. I don't think I'm going to use that color. I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to do it. So, and as you can see, I'm not even cleaning my brush. I'm just dipping the next color in and going about my business. So, yeah, I think that was a good choice. Because this will mix right here. It'll blend. Let's use the right words. And then it'll turn all the way into it as that other paint gets off of there. So again, I'm going to do this and I'm preparing, I am doing a Pinterest Live, my last one for the month on Wednesday. Why are there chips of paint in here? On Wednesday. So I want to be prepared for that. So I'm, that one is a back to school one. My school has been in session for quite some time, but there are other schools that won't even be in session until after Labor Day. So I guess this is more to help those teachers or teachers that are behind and need ideas. This is more, I think tomorrow, on that live, I'm going to do stuff like some resin bus tags where you can just put bus tags on your students so that when they come in, you know what bus they ride. So you can use one of those little tags and put it on them, especially if you have the bus list ahead of time. So if you didn't know, one of my many jobs is that I'm an educator. So I am not an educator that currently works in the classroom anymore, but I am in the education system. So look at that. Ooh, 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 ooh. So yeah. So we're, so I am just really trying to help them just prepare. So well, let me see. 3 weeks ago, I did a kids returning to college. Last week, I did teachers returning to school because they, of course, go back a little bit earlier than everyone else. And then, ooh, I don't know if I should have did that. Yikes. Always trying stuff. And it'll blend. Let's go up here. And so, like I said, now we're just doing something for the students when they return. And, so these lives, I love, like these lives, like I'm still building, but the lives on Pinterest has so much interaction. So many people are like talking. It is such a wonderful time. So if you haven't seen me on a Pinterest live, absolutely even go watch some of the replays just to see the environment and how amazing it is. But ooh, look how pretty this looks. I almost don't want to add the tree on here. I love that. Like, okay, that could be blended in a little bit more. But look at that. Like, so freaking amazing. Thank you for the like too, for whoever did that. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I will be doing that later, like I said, midweek. But today, because I am preparing, I thought, why not come on here and, like I said, spend some time with you. So thank you for watching and staying apart. And, as long as you can stay, or, if you gotta leave, do that too. So like I said, I'm going to be doing this regardless of whether anybody shows up or not, and then people can see the replay. So, there. Look at the smile. I really like that. I like it more this way, though. So I probably should have did this the same pattern, but did it long ways instead of short ways, because my tree is going to be long ways. Now I got to think about that. So anyways, I'm going to put this on its little stands here. I found these little painter stands, Lowe's maybe. And so I've been trying to do that instead of my I call it my ghetto way, by putting them on plastic cups, which plastic cups work just fine. So I'm going to put y'all up a little bit without hopefully popping my camera out of my little table stand. So here we go. And that's too high because now you can't see none of the stuff. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. So, I'm going to let these dry. And then while these are drying, put my paintbrush in there so I don't lose it. I am going to move on to the other thing that I want to do, which is these acrylic. I want to do some resin little things that you can either put on a keychain, or resin things that you can put on a badge holder. So like I was showing earlier, this is my badge holder. So I just clip it on typically to my clothes somewhere. And this is a resin piece that I've made and just Gorilla Glued it to Gorilla Glued it. I don't even know what I'm saying, to A4. So I don't particularly care for the clip, the sliding clip. So I have purchased these alligator clips so that I can then have it where it can clip on, because I like these better. So I'll be playing with that, trying to figure that out too. So I have to entertain myself, y'all. So anyways, so I'm going to be working on that, and I may be making a topper for my glasses. So just depending on whether I get tired here or not. And when I say a topper for my glasses, if you don't know, I have the pair I wear glasses. Look at that. And so with these, I made a mold. Like this is a pair. This topper is a topper that I made. Ooh, I got to know where my magnets are to make a topper. So maybe I won't make a topper. Maybe they're in there. Okay, talking to myself. Talking to myself. So, get myself back together. So anyways, like I made these, but you know, of course, pair eyewear, they sell you some, but if you can make them yourself and they be this cute, like, why would you not? So, every once in a while, but I'm still working on it because like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they're shorter than my glasses, which it was a mold from my glasses. So I don't know how that happened. But anyways, here we are. So, I think what I'm going to do now, because I said this is what I was, no, I don't want to do that now. So I said that we were going to go ahead and make some resin little circles so that, okay, so that we can, I am all over the place. So we're going to make some resin circles so that we can either make the keychain holders, or they do go on the little pop socket things too. So like whatever we make can be glued to either a pop socket or you can make it your keychain. So, but I just thought about that. We probably shouldn't do that, so I can do all my resin stuff at the same time and not have resin that will get wasted because I'm not ready for it yet. So I'm going to put that back to the side and I'm going to go back to the barnwood. So we're going to do that. And with that, I'm just going to move this out the way. Anything that I used today that I remember is on Amazon, I will definitely show you guys. I will definitely put a link below if you do the replay. But right now, we just gonna go with what we got. So right now, let's go back down to our barnwood. And I have, I'm just trying to move this over here. And so I have so much glass. Like, so I have the glass. So like I said, we're doing this. Ding, ding, ding. But I have done this in the shell, and I actually like the shells better than I do the glass personally. But I have so many bags of this stuff because I buy it every time I see that it's on sale. Look at that, how pretty that is. Like, and some of them are round and some of them are, so there's just like so many different kind. I was thinking about doing a gold one, just because I was thinking about that burgundy, and if I did a burgundy and gold. So I'm thinking about that, and you'll see like you have some that have that's super fine like this, but then you also have the glass that's gold like this. And then if you're thinking about doing something like this, if you get like the clearer versions, let me tell you what I mean. Like if you get something like this, which is got a fall gold color to it, and you decide you want it to be a different color, you can use alcohol inks and change the color. Just so you know, you just have to let them dry for like 24 hours. And maybe that's something I can show you real quick on how that can be done. In fact, let me see. Let me see if I have one of these already open. And like I said, you see my head down like this because I have, my basket is so heavy I can't even pick it up because there's just so much of this down here and it's so heavy. But I guess I'll just open this one. So I'm going to open this one, and I have a few. I'm glad I brought these up here. This is an old cup. So I have a few of these, but if I wanted this a different color, I would just pour some into a clean cup. You probably should not do it in a cup that had paint in it, but we're working with what we got right now. We're working with what we got. Actually, let's work with what we got that won't make a mess. So I have some little cups, and then I'm just showing you different things anyway. So I have these little medicine cups. Of course, if you needed more glass, you would use a bigger cup. But I'm just going to show you like two different colors that you can do. So I'm just going to take some of what I already have and put it in here and say, close it up so I don't have glass that I'll be stepping on for a month trying to get it off of the ground. So and y'all know I got everything, and I try to have everything at my fingertips so that I can show you stuff fairly quickly. I'm still talking and running my mouth, so I know I'm still slow in some cases. But so let's do this magenta because I just love the way the magenta turns out. And because we're hitting fall, let's do an orange. So with this, I mean, it's such a simple process. This is my disguise for where I keep my popsicle sticks. So basically all you do is drop a couple of drops down in here. I probably should not do this on my barnwood because I might stain it. Probably not the wisest thing. So I'm just putting a couple of drops in there. And you saw that I probably put too many drops in there. And then I just stir it. And I stir. And I stir. And I stir. And as you can see, so like this summer I did a pink flamingo on, did I do that on barnwood? It was either barnwood or canvas. I did it on a glass frame. So, and I needed pink. So I just used some of the glass, the crushed glass that I already had. And then I did this to it. So I made it to where I stained it the color that I wanted. Now, I didn't give it the 24 hours to dry, so it did like smear a little bit because I was not patient enough. So you definitely need to let it dry all the way. I would even spread it out on like some butcher paper or something so that it can truly dry and not be in this cup where it's still wet like in the middle. So, but I wanted to show you that. So look, so pretty. It's such a deep, pretty color, you know. So if you can't find the color that you want, I'm telling you that this is what you can do. So we're going to do that one more time for good measure, and we're going to use our orange. So that first orange is the Pinata Colors brand of alcohol inks, and it's Senorita Magenta. And so now we're going to our Ranger brand, and we're using Sunset Orange. So we're again just going to drop a few drops in there, just like thus and so. And again, I'm probably using too many for this little bit of rocks or glass. But we're just, once we have it in there, it's just a matter of stirring that alcohol ink to where, you know, all the rocks can get what it needs to get the color that it needs. So, and I probably got too many in here. So, but you just work that color on down and try not to make a mess like I always do. And again, have this on your ground, on your floor, because you don't want to be stepping on this. Not a good thing to step on. Not a good thing to walk into a room and then be like, and me trying to figure out what it is. And I do that often between this and the beads that are in this room. So, but you just, like I said, you just want to stir it. I'm trying to give it a little mixing here. And then that way, if you feel like you get to a point and you see it and you're like, oh, this is good, but I want it darker, you can go ahead. Like, I would just do it slow, because if you start heavy-handed, then you won't have what you have. But if you start light, then you can always continue to add more. So just remember, don't be so heavy-handed. Take your time. Do a little bit at a time. So again, this is like, so imagine doing this on a white canvas, or a canvas that, you know, is yellow or has that fall kind of feel to it. And then you can add glass pumpkins, and you can have them stained like different colors of orange, and maybe even a white one, you know, since the white pumpkins have been popular the past couple of years. So you could do that. And ba-bam, there you have it. Like, and I'm just getting this off of the thing. So this is how you would stain your crushed glass if you wanted to do so. Wow, I've already been talking for 30 minutes. I'll just be running my mouth. So we're going to go ahead and do the barnwood tree here. And this, I have no, what's the right word? I have no like stencil or method. I just make the shape of a tree. I just make the shape of a tree. Make a triangle. Like, make a triangle. So, but then you want to kind of be aware, just when I say that, you want to kind of be aware of whatever your topper is going to be, because your topper will dictate how high your tree needs to be so that you have enough space for your topper. That makes sense, right? So this summer, was it this summer? This summer I went to a store near the beach, Coastal Refreshed. I don't know if that's the name of the store though. Refreshed Coastal Inspired Living is what's on the bag. But so I bought some pieces knowing that I may want to use them this time. So I have some, what are these little things called? Little shell things. Like that could be a topper, or that almost could be a base. Since I don't have bases, we got to be creative today, and I don't have bases. So we might can do that. Or let's see what else I got in this bag, because I just bought a couple of different things while I was there. Ooh, we could always do a star. That would be my last little star. So if we did a star, I would want to do it on the big one. So I'm probably not going to use the star today. But freaking cute. And like, these things were pretty inexpensive. I probably need to go back to that store soon and get some more stuff. Let's see. What else I got in this bag? Let's see what this one is. I'd be buying stuff so much, I don't even remember what I got. Oh, and here's some other, like, you could do some really fun stuff. So, oh, and look at that one. It got the crooked, like, can you imagine, like, making, like, a Charlie Brown kind of one with that? So, there you have it. So, I am probably just going to use the little shell thing. And I know it has a name. I don't know. Right, Denise? Hey, Denise, girl, I finally see a comment. Okay, so I don't know if there's been more comments. Okay, the bigger one, the mess. The bigger the mess, the better. Oh, wow. Look, y'all have been saying stuff and I haven't been seeing it. I missed the beginning, but I'm here now. I'm glad you're on live. How have you been? Girl, let me tell you. I have not done a lot of lives or a lot of anything because and you know, I think when you started joining my lives, I was starting to have some health challenges. And let me tell you, they have gotten to be awful. I have a second channel called Felicia Christian TV that kind of goes more into my journey. I was doing Trulicity. I've lost 40 pounds if you haven't been able to tell. But recently I've gotten some really tough news. And so, not gonna cry here. I'm not gonna cry here. So it's been really tough. And so I'm just trying to push forward, stay positive, stay in my zone. Thank you. You can tell. Stay in my zone of doing what I can control. That's what I'm doing right now. I am doing what I can control. And you know what I can control? I can craft and I can bring something to somebody else. So that is what I'm doing right now because I can't control the other stuff that's happening. Thank you. I am trying very hard to stay positive. This past couple of months have been pretty tough. Pretty tough. And I still have a ways to go. I still have a fight ahead of me. So, you know, it's been tough. But how are you? What's the other channel again? The other channel is just my name, Felicia with an E, Felicia, Felicia Christian TV. So that kind of really goes through my Trulicity journey. But like today, I did a live on that channel as well, where I didn't necessarily go into my diagnosis because I'm working on it. I'm working on the whole mental thing with that. But I did want them because I haven't been posting there. So I wanted them to know that, hey, you know, there's something more than I have been able to say that's going on. So, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm going to do what I can do and what I can control, which is my crafting and sharing that with y'all. So that's what I'm doing. So that being said, I hurt my hand the other day. We are going to do, so I have, that's okay. I'm glad to see you. I will join your other channel also. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I have these shells. These shells, I want to say I got these shells from Joann Fabrics. Let's see, Michael's. I don't really get my shells and stuff from Michael's or I get the crushed glass from Michael. Like I get the bags of these things from Michael's, but my shells normally come from Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby. Those are the two places that I will get like the shells from. And recently Michael's had like this peachy red color, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna try a Christmas tree in this color. So that's gonna be the first one that we do here. So I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way. So because I have some of these, and like I said, I love these, but I want to try one with this. So we're going to get my board set back up here, which honestly, I don't feel like the stands are very important until I put that epoxy on, because then I need it to be raised. So, and this is all I do. I just pour out what I think I may need, knowing that I may need more. I try not to pour more than, let me get down. Y'all can't see me. Y'all see only half of the thing and half of my project. God. Like I said, I wish I had my other stand here, but here we are. We're working with what we got, especially since I did not plan to really go live today, but I went live on both channels. So, and then you can see I am just like kind of organizing my tree the way that I want it. I don't like it. I try to thin it out a little bit, because if not, the epoxy doesn't get in there right. And then you have pieces popping off, and I don't like that. So here, and sometimes I'll use like my popsicle stick to help me like get everything into more of a triangle. So, but I do have these on my Etsy shop. And like I said, I'm starting to see more people favorite them and like them. So which tells me we're getting close to that time of year. So I thought, well, why not share how I do this? That way, if you want to do something like this, you can too. Because I am not the hoarder of things. So, hi Felicia, I'm doing all right. Okay, that's something else. That's not this channel. That's the other channel. I saw a YouTube comment and there we go. So as if you guys can see this, let me turn this. I love the colors. I love the colors too, right? So that is pretty much what I do. And then like I said, if you have too many, then you get stuff like this. And then you either need to figure out like get some clippers or what's those things called where you can pull some stuff off. You want to kind of make sure it's in the middle, and or what was I gonna say? Or you just need to stack it back in there. But you're gonna need to make sure when you put your resin down that you drizzle in here really good so that again it's covering the whole thing. So again, for those that are popping in and out, we are doing we're using 100-year-old barnwood, over 100 years old barnwood, and we are making little Christmas plaques with Christmas trees. So that's what we're doing today. Or one of the things that we're doing today, because I'm all over the place and I'm preparing again for another live that's happening a little midweek. And so I'm just crafting just to craft to keep my mind in a good place. So that being said, the only other thing that I would do here is find my base. And like I said, that could be my base. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? That could be my base, or that could be my topper. And it goes up here like that. So let me hear. There's a few of us on here. Do you think it should be the topper? I'm trying not to move it too much. Or do you think it should be the base? Topper or base? And then if you don't think it should be the let me look over here. Okay, Denise says the base. Anybody else got any opinions? And then like I said, this room is full of stuff. Y'all, hope y'all like showing y'all stuff. This room is full of stuff, so I have all kinds of stuff everywhere. So I am sure we can be creative with either the topper or the base. Let me see what's in here. So sometimes, like I said, I'll have stuff like this where I found something from a cute little shop. Sometimes I use beads that I just buy from one of the local stores. So, and I'm trying to figure out whether I feel like any of these would be good in either direction. And I don't know if I feel that way. So unless we did this, like, look at this, y'all. So this is, I have this bead right here. So what if we made that the base, and then we use this star bead as our star for the top of our tree? What we think? Like, we're pulling stuff out. We're making it work. We're making it work. So I think that we can do that. And then the only other thing, awesome, yay. So the only other thing that I would do here is then drizzle my epoxy on. I would wait whatever the time for curing, and then I would go back. I would flip it over and make sure no pieces have fallen out because this is kind of thick. And then I would drizzle some more on if I needed to, and just gave it a second coat of epoxy, just to make sure that whatever people get from me, they're getting and it's gonna stay. So, hey, that's our first one. So I'm gonna leave this one like this, and then we're gonna move to our larger one. So let me get set up here. Okay, wow. Yay. So, let's see here. Just put that over there. Try not to knock it over. And then I'm going to keep this out because we may need, I'm looking at one piece right here that I think will be super cute for us to use. Look at this, y'all. Let me just pull it out. But I need to figure out what kind of, which rocks we're going to use. Or I keep saying rocks, but they're glass. So look at that. Like, I think that is super pretty. Like, if you have old jewelry, old pins, especially if it's like costume jewelry that, you know, ain't worth nothing. Of course, I don't want you to put it on if it's worth something, but that could be your toppers to your trees too. So when I find little pins like this, I just love to be able to make them, you know, not use them what they're used for, but make them something else. Look, I got these little masks. If you wanted to do like a tree where you could even put like masks throughout the tree, and then this would be one of the toppers. Like, there's just so many things. This I must have been on a on a Cinderella type kick, because I've got a whole bunch of things that kind of go down that vein of things. So I'm gonna leave this out. For this one, I want to try the burgundy. I think I'm gonna try the burgundy because I don't have a burgundy tree yet. So we're gonna, okay, here we go again. Do you think I should do the burgundy kind of like I did the shells on this bigger one? Or do you think the burgundy would be a good match for our fall colors here? What do you think? Do you think we should do the burgundy on the fall colors that we got going on here? Or do you think the burgundy would be better on our barnwood? Or do you think it'll be best on both? So let me know what you think. I'm going to give you a second to think about it. I think the fall colors. Felicia, where did you get the wood from? I hope I'm spelling your name right. Not exactly. I'm Felicia, but that's fine. I'm okay. I have let them spell my name wrong for years at work. It just doesn't matter to me. But the barnwood, up until this year, I was an assistant principal at a high school. And one of my teachers, more than one of my teachers, but one of my teachers has a farm. And he let me come to his house. He had one barn that was like kind of falling down, and he was going to use it for something different. So he let me come use his chainsaw, which I was so excited about. And then he let me cut a few pieces off. So I have been working off of those few pieces that he gave me for the past like 2 years. So, so this came from his barn, and it's Gold Mine Creek. If you ever wanted to look him up on Instagram, like, he has cute little cows. He just had a black and white cow be born a couple of weeks ago, last week. So yeah, so yes, and yes. Like, give me a power tool and show me how to use it, and I am extremely excited. The last video I did here, which didn't do very well, but the last video that I did here, a company sent me a paint sprayer. Excited. Is not even like the half of it. So excited to use that paint sprayer that I was just like over the moon. Like, they sent me a paint spare for free. And I was able, I worked with, if you watch the video, I worked with, okay, so my school is my connection to everything. So one of the teachers there, her father has a paint company. And so he came, or he let me come to one of their jobs on a Saturday. And he showed me how to use the painter, and he was like, the paint sprayer, and he was like, you know, people don't typically learn how to do this in like an hour. And so I was like, okay, well, just show me anyway. He made me start with water instead of with paint. And as soon as he showed me with paint, like we were painting doors, as soon as he showed me with the paint, he was like, oh, like, you got this. And I was like, yes, I do. And so I was, it was so much fun. So yeah, give me a power tool any day and I am gonna learn how to do it. You have all kind of benefits in your crafting problems. I was excited. And you know, this was honestly, that was my first paid promotion. So like, I had never done that before. Like, people have sent me stuff. But that was my first time I was paid to do it. So I was pretty excited about that too. So, all right, y'all, we're going to use this because I'm just talking. So we're going to use our burgundy glass. And just for anybody who wants to try to get this, Michael's has these bags typically hanging on an end cap somewhere. And they get them in different colors, different times of the year. So, but like I was showing y'all earlier, for those that missed it, like if you don't see the color you want, you can use alcohol ink and make the color that you want. So don't be discouraged if you don't see the color that you want. Buy the lightest colors that's there, and then you can use alcohol ink to make it the color that you want. So that being said, the first time since I've been doing this, I found some burgundy, which I almost want to make it a little bit darker, but it is pretty dark. So we're just going to do this one. We're going to use this. I'm going to go back down so you don't see my head anymore. I just painted this a few minutes ago, so we are mostly dry. And so for those that didn't see me paint this, what were the colors that I used? I used Artist Loft, the copper from Artist Loft. I used the terracotta from Anita's All-Purpose. I want to say this is a Hobby Lobby brand. And then I used the Apple Barrel, which you know you can find at Walmart. I use their King's Gold. So that's the three colors that's here that just kind of been blended. So that being that, now we're gonna try to make a Christmas tree. And I don't know what this one's gonna turn out like. So, you know, don't hold me to it being beautiful. Don't hold me to it being beautiful. We're just trying stuff right now. All right, now I probably got way too many glass things on here. So again, I use my fingers. It's glass, y'all, but it's not like sharp glass, but it's glass. So you want to make sure, like, I don't want you out there and then y'all got cuts all over y'all fingers and y'all blame me. But I use my fingers. I haven't had an issue, but you know, you may want to take better precautions than I do, because I probably try a whole bunch of stuff that I shouldn't try. So that being said, you have been warned that this is glass. This is glass, people. It's glass. I'm trying to figure out how to make this go down a little bit further. Let's see. Ah! Let's see. There we go. And now, if I can not knock it over. So I said I bought these little paint tips, but I kind of like my cups better. But I know I'm trying to be more professional. So again, I would probably, especially on the bigger ones, use some type of popsicle stick or something just to make sure you gather all your pieces and you keep them and get them where you want. And so like this, the good thing about what you're doing is if you don't like it, like I feel like I can make this down a little bit further. So as you can see, that wasn't like devastating here. And then I can just go back to trying to make it even too. So, I mean, if you wanted perfection, I'm sure you can find the middle point and put a dot or something there so that you can see where your middle is. And then, you know, go from there. But I'll just be eyeballing stuff for the most part. You know, when I feel like I got to get it right for something that's, you know, super, somebody wants something super one way or whatever, then of course, you know, I'm going to do it the way they want it. But for the most part, if I'm just creating for me, I'm mostly going to eyeball it. So here we have our triangle, right? I think that's pretty good. So now it's a matter of having a base and stuff again, y'all. So now I got to figure that out. So, you know me, I'm going back over here to my drawer to see what else I can use for a base or a topper. Again, I have drawers upon drawers of beads and other things to try to, that I just buy. I just buy to my husband's dismay. I am always buying craft stuff. And so, but it's helpful when he needs something and he's like, hey, Felicia, do you have such and such? And I can say, yes, yes, I do. Or when I need stuff, like, or when I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I don't have exactly what I need. So, like I said, I just be buying different things. I'm trying to real hard to find. I would rather. Ooh, I think I have some of these in a taupe color. I don't know, y'all. I'm thinking about this right here. So let me go through some more beads. Like I said, buckets upon buckets of stuff. I'm thinking I want to do what I showed y'all earlier as far as a topper. But if I do the topper in that, I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like these two together. So I don't know what y'all are thinking, but I don't like it. And it's okay if you don't like it either. Like, I'm not going to be mad because I don't like it. And I make some stuff that sometimes I'm like, what was you thinking? Like, have you ever done that? Like, you're making stuff and you're like, what in the world was I thinking when I did this? Like, this is the ugliest thing ever. So that's where I am with this right now. It's like, I need to find something that's really going to work. Okay. Ooh, what about this, y'all? What if I take... that might be too small. Let me see. What if I took the wire out of this and then that's a small base though. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think it's kind of small. I'll do it this way. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Tell me. Because right now, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of okay. The star shell for the base. Denise, you think the star shell for the base? She said the star shell. Change both. Oh, okay. Okay. You just on the shell kick because I showed you the shells first. Let me check one more thing here. Because this drawer right here is filled with stuff that I haven't organized as well. Yikes. Yikes. Ooh. All right, y'all. Ow! Ouch! I'm getting a cramp in my leg. Ah! Okay. So here's out of the box. Here's out of the box. What do you think? And I'm going to pull the shells out. But what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Even though the silver top is going to bother me. Oh, no, I don't like it. It's like, y'all didn't even get a chance to see it yet. So I was thinking these are little keychain things you put on. And I was thinking, what if we did that and kind of spread the thing out? But I don't like it. I changed my mind. Don't look at that as an option. That is ugly. That is ugly. We can't do that one. Okay. I'm going to get the shells. I was trying to do something different. Let's see. Before I do, I have one more. Oh, look, y'all. And we have this. There's another little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. We have options. Yes, we do. We have so many options. So, but we don't have time for all these options. I need to get my life together. All right, we're gonna go with. Okay, let me see if there's any other comments on here. That's nice. Ding, 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 ding. It's just me and Denise. We having a conversation. Okay. Let's put this back. Oh, I'm gonna have so much stuff to put back. So this, on top of all of my other, I said I'm not gonna use the word crap today. This is a whole bunch of epoxy things or resin things that I've done. I'll just make sure there's not something square or rectangle that could be made into a base. This box will get your head floating. All this resin smell in here been locked in. So that is a no. That is a no. See, this is when I like fill up this thing and then I have to take it somewhere and give it away because I just have too much stuff in this room. Too much stuff. Okay, let's go back to the shell and see what you think. Let's see what we think. So right now we can keep it like this, or I can take this off and put a piece of wood on, but I would have to do it after I got off the live. Or we can put a silver one on like that. That's kind of pretty. And then I can do something silvery down here as well instead of gold. Or we're going to look at the shell. So let's take these off. And then, like I said, if anybody else wants to chime in and give their 2 cents, we're all about let's doing stuff together. So just since we're doing our options, look, we also got stuff like this where you could do that on top. Look at that. I don't know if you want 2 round things. You like the silver. So look at that. Like, we got options for sure. So when you say the silver top, are you talking about the little glass flowery one? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about one of these silver tops that I just put on? One has to go. Yeah, one has to go, right? Look at this. So, or we can truly go off of the beaten path and look at this. Like, we could do that pretty pearl rose kind of color. And then, like, how would I make that work? No, if I like that. Yep, no, if I like that. Oh, maybe we could do like that one. So you could do that. So I don't know about you when y'all are crafting, but this is literally what I do. Like, I sit there and I play with all of this stuff until finally something clicks with me, or I just get tired and say, okay, this is what we're doing. Like, it has to be something. Put something down. Okay, and then we never went back. So now I gotta go back here. So let's see. Oh, and I don't want to mess up our other one. So we could do the star. And we could, let's get that point back there. Put that on there like that, which is beautiful. Oh, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. You could do that. What we thinking? What we thinking? Y'all let me know. So I like it. I like it. But I'm also like, is it too big? Y'all tell me. What do y'all think? So think about that one. Think about that one. And then one of these got to be on tarpa. We gotta make a choice. See, beautiful. I love it. Okay, so you love it. So we're just gonna stick with our star then. We're gonna stick with it, and we're gonna use that white, like, it's not an amethyst rock because that's purple, but the rock that looks like that. I am so, like, I don't have words. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that star. Now I'm going to have to call my friend that lives in Virginia Beach and tell her to go by that store and give me some more stars because I need some more. All right, so that is our fall tree. Maybe I won't do this big one today. I think we're gonna, because it's been 72 minutes, y'all. I was not planning on being on here this long. So I'm gonna stop with the trees here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my resin circles, and then we're gonna part for today. And then, like I said, y'all can meet me, ProcrasCreationDIY, same channel name, on Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern time. I will be doing a live for back to school on Pinterest. So Pinterest TV, Pin TV. They've called it a couple of things over the year that I've been working with them, but check me out over there as well. And then we're going to put some epoxy on both of these. But first, let's get this together, and then we will move to our next thing. So I am going to make one Mickey Mouse because every time I go into one of the school buildings, I am told that there is a young lady who absolutely loves Mickey Mouse. So I am going to make a Mickey Mouse for her. And then we're going to make a couple of circles that I'm going to do some different things with, possibly on my live on Wednesday. So that being the case, like I said, you saw my bucket here. of different resin things that I've done. Like it can be as simple as, and I'm pulling some of them out so you can see, and you might have seen if you've been following me any amount of time, like this is what those circles will do. Like, and these are all like little cute little keychains. Like you can do this yourself. So pretty cool. So we're just gonna do some of that, a little teeny bit of that today, right now. So that being said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I want to make one. Let me get these out the way. I want to make one that glows in the dark because I like it when stuff glow in the dark. So I have some glow in the dark glitter here, so I'm gonna use that. That's what I need to learn. So I'm gonna use this glow in the dark glitter. I like a lot of my glitters are either, a lot of my glitters come from Michael's just because that's easy. But I get either, and Michael started clearancing out the spinach stuff. So I don't know if they're getting rid of all spinach stuff or just some of it, but I was able to get a whole bunch of glitter that I didn't need because they was clearancing out the bags of spinach. So I don't know about your Michaels, but you may want to check with them because, you know, I got these for a pretty reasonable price. So I either, again, I use a lot of Recollections though. I like the Recollections brand of glitters. Of course, there are many out there, and maybe one day I'll have my own. But right now, I use a lot of Recollections. So that being the case, I think what I'm going to do is the glow in the dark one, and then, you know, Recollections also scared me. Recollection also does like these specialty ones. So I don't know if y'all can see that. Those are little footballs. So it's football season, as you can see. Do I have one that's open? Let me not open that yet. So this one's little footballs. We're gonna stay with the school and the sports theme. So this one is basketballs. I don't know if I have the soccer ones. But like we got all of these different ones. Let me make sure this other football one isn't open. So you could do fruit, like if you got lunch ladies you want to make something for, you could do one filled with stuff like that. With my glow in the dark, I'm probably gonna make some glow in the dark stars in there too, because why not? They glow in the dark. Let's see if this football one is open. This one is open. See, this is when you need to know what you have at home so you don't buy extra stuff that you don't need. Shh, don't tell my husband. Don't tell my husband. I act like I know everything in this room, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes I do forget. And then, I don't know, like I use, when I'm doing these, I am a foil person, so I like the look of the foil. They do cute stuff like the ribbons for breast cancer. Like just showing y'all some of my ribbons here. I mean, some of my ribbons, some of my glitter and the specialty things that Recollection does. So let me see what we got coming up. Labor Day. You could do your red, white, and blue stars. Oh, is this glow in the dark too? This is just little chips. I think it glows in dark. Oh no. So hearts. Oh my freaking God. I love these hearts. Okay. Let me stop calling God like that. Sorry. You can do like these little bubble things. So they have so much stuff. When you get to the winter time, you got all kinds of little snowflakes. Is there anything else here that I really want to show you? You got lightning bolts. I found these harder to use though, just because they're big. I don't know if anybody else uses this kind of stuff, but some of those glitters that get like this size to me is harder to use for some of the stuff that I use it for. Like sometimes I want to put them in cups. Like if you have the cups that have the glitter that's floating through it, like that's a little bit harder to do. Look at that. Shiny. Give me the sparkle. Then you have like these things that are like little rocks. I'm trying to find some. Girl, like I said, what I'll say about Michaels, you got dog bones. What I'll say about Michaels, typically most of their sales, and I would say this about Hobby Lobby too, they have like a week on, a week off for some of their stuff. Hobby Lobby more than Michaels. But like if something is not on sale the week that you're there, go back the next week because then it's typically on sale. So, and that's just coming from a person who spends too much money. Flamingos is in here. Look how cute they are. Freaking cute. So like I said, there are so many different things and I am knocking this tree over, so I'm going to put this down before I make a big mess here. But I wanted you to see some of that, and then we're going to stick with the footballs, the glow in the dark, the basketballs. Ah! My hair is stuck. And then maybe for me, either the purple, some purple or some teal. Ooh, look at that. I want that. I am a blue-green. Give me the blue-green colors, and I am your friend for life. So, all right. So I have to put the purple one. All right, y'all. So I just had to put my hair up. Y'all can't see everything that's going on because I don't have my other camera stand. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to put in some of what I want inside of these, and then we will go from there. I should have probably got the red out for the Mickey. But their school colors, they're the Bobcats, but I'm talking about the Mickeys. I was thinking I might could make it the green that they have for school. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make this one. I'll make this Mickey green. I'll make this Mickey green. I really need some alcohol to get this extra foil out of here. Let's see. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. So I'm just cleaning out my little thing. I really probably should take it and wash it with soap and water, but we're not doing that right now. We don't got that kind of time. So I'm using just a little bit of alcohol to try to get as many of the spots out as possible. And this is a mold. Ooh, I got this mold from Amazon. And so again, once I do the replay, I'll try to put some of this stuff that I've used in all of this time down. But this mold, as you can see, has a whole bunch of stuff in it. A skull, which I hardly ever use. Mickey, just a circle one, kind of like what we're going to do with the 4 circles. And a paw print, which was great for me because I used to be at a school that was an animal. And then it has this sun with the eye, which I hardly ever used either. And actually this circle is kind of like a jewel thing because it has all of the little cuts in it. So I rarely use that as well. So anyways, and then it has like a sunflower one, which I have tried that one. All right. So what I typically do is you're either going to mix like your glitters and stuff inside of your epoxy as you're going. And then you have a whole bunch of mixes of your different epoxy. Or sometimes what I'll do, which to me doesn't always work as well is sometimes I'll sprinkle it down in here. Like if I want a thick coat of it, like I want my green to be like a nice thick coat. So I am going to like sprinkle that down inside of my Mickey Mouse head. So, but the easier, better way to do that, like I'm doing this just because here's where I am in life. Can I just say that? Here is where I am in life. This is what you get. But what you may want to do is just mix it into the actual epoxy when you make it. So I'm going to make one epoxy mix. What am I using today? I am using the Let's Resin epoxy resin, and it is a 1-to-1 ratio there. So we'll be using that here in a second. And make sure if you're getting the Let's Resin, they have one that isn't 1-to-1. I think it's like 2-to-1 or something. So if I like the simple ease of 1-to-1. 1 cup of resin, 1 cup of side A, 1 cup of side B. I don't have to think about that. Like I can mix those two together and I don't have to think, oh, how many of the other side do I need? Like, so I am very much into, it being that way. So I'm just saying with Let's Resin, they do have some different mix ratios. So you want to make sure that if that's what you want to deal with, that's what you're dealing with. Just the 1-to-1. But the Let's Resin, you can go straight to their website, or again, you can get that off of Amazon. If you get it off of Amazon, I am an affiliate, and you can click on the link and it'll just give me pennies on the dollar. Pennies. Can I say pennies? Because it is pennies. So back to my little Mickey Mouse here. You see I've done that, and then I think I'm just going to use some black glitter to do both of the ears. I think I'm liking that. So I'm going to do that, and then we will move on to the 3 circles where we'll do the football, basketball, glow in the dark, and then maybe I'll make one fruit one just because. Just because. Let me not do that. That might make a mess. So see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of scooping out enough to hopefully fill this and not have too much overlap. Again, this would be better done. It'll serve you better to mix it into the epoxy, but I'm being lazy tonight. And so here's what laziness gets you. So if you come back to my live, maybe on the short form, I'll do a video so that you guys can see all the results of everything, because with epoxy you need hours to cure. I believe the Let's Resin is maybe 12 to 14 hours. I may be mixing that up with one of the other resins I use. So you won't be able to see the results of this tonight, of course. So I will try to make sure by Wednesday I have a short out there so that you guys can see the result of the things that we've done tonight. Even the wood boards, the wood and so for those that you're popped on, see my junky office. But for those of you who have popped on, we made these a little while ago. We're going to put resin on these, and we're also doing a couple of resin keychain badge holder things. So that is that. And here, I don't know, I might use that green as grass on, how would I do that? Green as grass. The footballs would have to be down first. No, I don't think I want to do that. That sounds too complicated. That sounds too complicated. I don't want complicated right now. Or I could do green, and have some footballs in the middle, and then I could come back over top and write like football mom or something like that. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that. I just need to make sure I don't cover the whole thing. So let's see. And you can see I'm just using my, I think I'm gonna just put it at the bottom. That seems easier. Sometimes you got to be all about the easy. Sometimes you want to take on those hard things, but sometimes easy is fine. Easy is fine. Come on. So I'm going with easy right now. So this will have the green at the bottom, like you're on a field. I'll probably put some kind of strip, glitter strip across, and use my resin that, you know, cures in a couple of minutes to put everything on top. So then from here, I'm going to throw a couple of footballs at the top. And then that way you could always, what the world is that? That is not a football, y'all. Look like a piece of meat. You could always come back and put like football mom or something like that, or football dad, something where somebody could have a keychain, and or you could put your kid's number. Easy is good. However, however, what was you saying here? Let me see. Easy is good. However, I'm still learning. It seems hard to me. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Everything that I've been doing for years and years may seem hard to someone else, but you know, once you do it for a while, it does get easier. I'll say it that way. So yes, you are correct, ma'am. All right, so there's that. So we have our football one, and then basketball. What can I do for basketball? I guess I don't have to make everything hard. I don't have to make everything hard. Let's see, because basketball, I don't know what else. I don't know what you would do for basketball. Huh. Because it's not like you have, I mean, you know what I could do is I could have did some white. I could have painted, I could have did some white, let it cure, paint a wood grain on there. God, that'll be a lot of work for a keychain. And then come back and put the basketballs on. But I ain't doing all of that. That's definitely too much work. That's definitely too much work for where I am in my brain right now. No, it's Sunday. We are not doing that. And I'm getting this green glitter out of here. So we're going with my version of easy again. My version of easy again. So, and for this one, we're just going to sprinkle some basketballs around. That's all we're going to do. That is all we're going to do. We're going to have some basketballs. And then you could, again, go over top. If you have a Cricut or something, you could put some words on here to say whatever you want them to say. Again, your child's basketball number or your child's last name, or whatever you want to do. So, bam, we're going to go with that. Da-da! Done. Done. Okay. And then I said, oh, I'm not doing that fruit. I said I wanted one for me. One for me. So again, y'all, I love this mix of colors right here. It's gorgeous. This one is called Color Shift Blue Green Blue Vert Changeant. Blue Vert Changeant. I guess that's the other language. So heavy-handed. Why you gotta be so heavy-handed? Gosh. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna let that sparkle like that. I like a little sparkle in my life. Hopefully don't get too heavy-handed like I... Okay, it's fine. Nothing like having to run out of glitter and go buy more. Let's see, they were on sale last week, so they'll be on sale again in the next week or two. Okay, there will be my blue, and then we're gonna do our glow in the dark one. And then we're gonna be done for, I'm gonna do my mix of my resin, and then we will be done for tonight. All right, do I have a glow in the dark already? I feel like I do. I'm not looking for it. I'm still going with easy. Now, other than taking these tops off, there's nothing easy about getting glitter tops off. And I feel like they shouldn't make it this hard, because if that glitter goes everywhere, you're going to have a mad spouse at you. Am I speaking from experience? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I have glitter everywhere sometimes. Okay. Make sure that the top is back on. Let me just make sure it's back on, because you do not want to get yourself in trouble. All right. We got, ooh, I probably should put my stars in first. So I have glow in the dark stars. What are these called? Glow in the dark stars. I have glow in the dark stars. I'm just going to sprinkle out. Sprinkling the stars. And then we have glow in the dark powder. They made it easy, right? They made it exactly what it is. So I'm just going to take my little, try to get my stars down towards the bottom. And I want the powder on top where then you can't see the stars. I want a few more. That ain't gonna work. Got the wrong thing. Oh, I'm glad that didn't pour out. And all right. Like I can also see like you doing a blue, like a blue, instead of putting clear epoxy on here, put a clear. So this is how this would work. You would put a clear at the bottom, and maybe I'm going to do this. You'll put a clear at the bottom. So you'll put a clear, but you won't fill it all the way up the way you do the rest. Just put a clear and only go just like to the top of all of the stars and everything that's there. And then you can come back. Once that cures, you can come back and do just a small mix of navy or black. And then you can come back and put that on top. And then that way you have that black background, and then that glitter, that glow in the dark really pops out there. I think I might try that and see if it really pops the way that I think in my mind that it will. So if anybody's tried anything like that, you can let us know. But I don't know if I've really given it that much. Y'all pray for me, because I said don't be heavy-handed last time and I was heavy-handed. So I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to try it this way. Look at there. Look at there. Got to use that brain God gave you. And kind of. Watch, I still. Don't do it with a hand you don't use. And y'all, this is the little foam plastic thing from inside of the glitter bottle when you open it. You gotta use what you got. Gotta use what you got. So that is that. Let me show you. Where's my little flashlights? Because y'all know I bought. Let me show y'all. Because I'm really like crazy for glow in the dark stuff, right? So I bought these glow in the dark letters. Look at that. Ooh, right? I wore that. I made myself a bracelet. Wore it all day, and those things did not glow in the dark at night. Like I had to keep my little flashlight my little UV light in order to get a good glow. I was not happy. I was not happy. So, but anyways, here is, I need to get my life together. I know. Y'all pray for me. Pray. I need lots and lots of prayers. And that's no joke. I need lots and lots of prayers. All right. Look at that. Look how it's glowing. I have issues. I know. I'm going to get over my life one day. But right now, we're going to go with that. Okay. So here's what y'all all been waiting for. I'm going to go ahead and mix the epoxy. Let me get my orders out of the way. This room is going to be a mess to have to put all this stuff back. I don't want to. I don't want to. Okay. All right. That's my glitter buckets. Put my letters back over there. And of course they dropped. And then we're going to make ourselves some epoxy mix. Now, what you need to know about epoxy is, oops. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to take that off of the live. So, hello. I am really messing up. Goodness gracious. Look, I done lost somebody. Somebody said, I cannot deal with this. I have got to get off the live. They dropped off the live just because. Look at me. Okay. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, epoxy. Well, this is what you need to know about epoxy. Epoxy is a chemical. And people react to that chemical differently. So, one, until you know how you're going to react, thank you for still being here. Until you know how you're going to react, you want to make sure you take all of the precautions, okay? And let me also say that you could not react to the epoxy for a year more, where it doesn't bother you and then all of a sudden, bam, it bothers you. Epoxy, you don't want it on your skin. It's a chemical. You don't necessarily want to be inhaling it. That's where I'm a bad girl, because I don't wear the mask. And I have bought 2 of those little masks and I don't wear them. Okay? But I haven't had the issues. I haven't had the issues that some people have. But you want to be safe and do what you're supposed to do. Be safe. Do the right thing. Look at what I'm doing. And then you make your own decisions. Because I can't make them for you. Right. All I can do is tell you what you should do. Even though, yeah. Okay. So, epoxy is bad for you. You want to make sure that you are taking care of you. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So, again, I am using the Let's Resin epoxy. And put that in the trash. It is a 1-to-1 mixture. You can see it says ratio 1-to-1. So again, they make more epoxy that is not 1-to-1. So you want to make sure that when you're looking, I think the last time I was not paying attention when I ordered my Let's Resin stuff, and I ended up with the silicone mold. So I had to return that and then get what I wanted. So, yeah. So this is what we're using today. There are other brands, if you watch my other videos, that I use, but this is what we're using today. So we need to cover, hello, fellow crafter, first time here. Well, welcome, Passionately Intrigued Arts. Welcome. So we are covering our barnwood Christmas tree and our canvas Christmas tree. So we use glass. I keep wanting to call them rocks. We use glass. crushed glass. There it is. We use crushed glass and a shell. You're welcome. And a shell to make our Christmas tree here. We also did one with shells. Let me make sure that stays on barnwood. This barnwood is like 100 years old. I got it from a friend's barn on his farm. And so we use crushed shells that have, of course, had some kind of tint on them. These little, what are they called? I just had it on the tip of my tongue and then I lost it again. These little these things from the, yeah. And then this little shell star here. So, sand dollars. Ah, I got it. Don't you? You would think I was going to win a prize. So anyways, we are going to put epoxy on all of these. And I probably don't have the right size cup. So I might have to make more than one batch. But I am using the cup that is in front of me because I don't have anything else right now. There you have it. So this is a 100 milliliter cup. And I am thinking, y'all, do I have something that's easy to grab? Because it would be nice to do 100 milliliters of each so that I can have 200 milliliters, because I think that would actually be more than enough for what I need right now. All right. Y'all have been patient with me, so I'm going to assume that you're going to be patient with me. And so basically, this is one thing that I do like about the Let's resin. Look how they put these little caps on, and I just put them back in every time. So this is the B side, and I'm just gonna do 100 milliliters of B. Okay, and I'm gonna let that sit, because sometimes when it settles, I feel like it rises still on me. I don't know. So put the top back on that, and then I'm going to pour out 100 milliliters of the A side. I want to see the final result. So here, I'm here to the finish line. Denise, the epoxy, let's see, it should say on the side of here. The epoxy takes 24 to 48 hours to cure. So this is one of those things where I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a, I'm going to do a short or a reel or whatever you watch it on, whichever one of the platforms you watch my short stuff on. I am going to do a short so that I can just show all of the results from all of the things that we've done tonight. But I am so, thank you for being here for it. I appreciate it. So, all right. Let's go ahead and do 100 milliliters of this as well. And then I'll need to go grab a cup, y'all, so that I can mix the two. And then that should I'm probably going to be upset with myself and looking for more molds to pour up some of this in if I have too much. All right, so in all of my preparation, I did not prepare enough to have a nice size cup ready, but here we go. So I do have like a little store in this room. So we have our larger cup that'll take more than our 200 milliliters of stuff. So, of epoxy. Just say resin. Say it right, Felicia. I'm talking to myself. Okay, so popsicle stick. It would be nice to have a large popsicle stick, which I think I'm out of, or I'm not going to go and try to get. And you just want to scrape off all those sides. And put that in there like this. So here's what I'll say. Like, I try to save as many of my cups as I can because I hate buying cups over and over again. But when you have stuff like this, unless you use a epoxy or, alcohol, or what's that other stuff I got down there? Unless you use something to really clean this out, this is going to stay sticky because it's only one side. So it never hardens, if that makes sense. So, that's that. So I will probably throw these little cups away because I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't feel like dealing with that. So I don't. I just throw them away and go spend another $5 and get another set of cups. So if it's $5, I ain't even saying it's $5. Yeah, I probably got way more than I need here, y'all. Trying to be safe than sorry. All right. So again, I'm just going to clean that out. So let me tell you what the side of the bucket says. So for this particular resin, it says you have 30 to 40 minutes of work time. And then it gets hard and you can't use it. And then it's 24 to 48 hours to cure. So just keep that in mind. Whatever you're doing, don't be lollygagging and thinking that you just got all the time in the world to get your epoxy where you need your epoxy to be, because you might not have that kind of time. So you want to make sure that you're staying, I would stay closer to the 30 minutes than the 40 minutes. And then, you know, go from there. But as you can see, I put the two sides together because it's a 1-to-1 mix. So we have 200 milliliters of resin right here. Again, if you are joining and didn't hear me before, take care of yourself. Use a mask. You should really use a mask. One of those good ones that they had go out with COVID. Not the N35s. That's not what I'm talking about. The one, you know, that I can't speak. You need a mask that has some type of ventilation system there. So, and I'm sure anyone in the craft store or at like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or something should be able to direct you. If you haven't used resin before, definitely take care of yourself and do that until you know how you'll respond. And even when you know how you respond, as I said before, it is definitely something that can change over time, where it never bothered you. Aw, how did that happen? Whether it, you know what? Where it didn't bother you before, you know, that's like a squirrel moment. I just had a squirrel moment. The ear of the Mickey Mouse, the black glitter just moved to one side. Like, why did it do that? Ugh. So, I don't know about you, but when I craft, stuff don't always be going the way that I want it to go. It goes sideways often, and I just like go with the flow. Or, you know, have my little moment and then keep it moving, because what else you gonna do? I mean, I guess that's just like with life. Like if you heard the beginning, like life is throwing me some obstacles right now that I just gotta say, hey, we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep doing what we need to do. So just so y'all can see, like when I'm moving, I'm trying to make sure I get everything on the side so that everything mixes. Like you don't want just what's in here to mix. Like I'm scraping the bottom to make sure that bottom gets in there. I'm scraping the sides. Like I need to make sure that I have a good mix. Once I feel like I have a good mix, and my finger is cramping, so we gonna see that this is a good mix here. It looks pretty good. Typically, not all the time, but typically when your mix is good, it gets clearer than it was than when you start. Like when you first start to mix, it gets really cloudy. And then as you get a good mix, you'll have what they call, I want to say, traces of like cloudiness. But then once you get to where you need to be, then it's pretty clear, other than like the way I've been stirring, I got a lot of bubbles in here. So we may have to take some alcohol to our projects just to get some of the bubbles out. Okay. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and start pouring some of this. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So thank you. Let's turn this a little bit, push it down. All right, y'all. So typically for my trees, I like to just drizzle. I like to drizzle over the tree. Ah, that was not a drizzle. Oh, God. I like to drizzle. Sometimes it likes to do more than drizzle, but I like to drizzle over the tree to make sure I have enough to go around, and then I have enough to get all of, y'all saw what I just did, right? I don't typically do that, and I don't know if I should have did that because now it's moving more than it typically does. And so then I want to make sure I have enough for the canvas and I'm not going to do that here, but I like to pour a nice, whatever my topper is, I want to make sure I have enough of that baby to stay. And then I try not to overdo it because sometimes I do. And what I'll do is take a, not a toothpick. Oh, I might need more of this, y'all. I take a, I take a, what's this? Popsicle stick, and I'll spread it. Like where I want to make sure that we got a good soak is in the tree, because again, those are thousands of little tiny glass pieces. So I want to make sure that that gets soaked pretty good. But then I will take my popsicle stick and kind of spread that epoxy over the sides just to make sure we're covering everything. And sometimes, like I said, I will come back and just put a little bit more epoxy on it the next day or whenever I feel like that first coat has cured. And then I like to just take my popsicle stick to make sure my sides are kind of gotten a little bit of the treatment too. So I will do that. And again, remember when you're doing this, you don't want to give yourself too much to do, because this is a 30-minute process before that epoxy starts to get hard on you and then you can't use it anymore. So you want to keep that in mind as well, just to make sure that you have enough to do everything that you need to do, and then you don't waste epoxy, because epoxy is not cheap. So once I get a good first coating on there, I'll move to whatever my next one is, but I will come back to it to add where I need to add once it's settled a little bit, and then make sure my sides are good. So I will let this settle, and sometimes use my fingers, but let this settle so you don't have those drops, because then you have to worry about, are you going to sand it if you have drops? Like, you don't want to do that on canvas. So I just make sure that I have enough to cover everything. And then, like I said, I will let this one settle while I'm doing my next one. And then, you can come back and forth to stuff. So again, I'm going to drizzle, get my tree first, and then I'll cover everything else. Like this. And then I use a finger or a popsicle stick to move the epoxy around to everywhere that I want it to go. So, and here we go. If you guys are making any comments, I will look at them in a minute because I gotta pay attention. I only got 30 minutes. So, but if you do have questions or whatever, please leave those questions, comments, concerns, things that you've learned by doing this process. Absolutely, I would love for you to share with the audience here, because we can definitely all learn from one another. And grow together. Let's do it. All right. So that's the second one. And then we just have our little molds over here that we're just going to fill up. So again, this would be a better process if you use your little medicine cups, and poured individual things. I'm just using big words today. I know y'all are impressed. Poured individual medicine cups with whatever you were trying to do and then pour it in, except for like this basketball. Like, we're just using clear here, so that doesn't matter. That could go down in the mold. But if you're using like the glitter and stuff, it would be better if you mix the glitter inside of the epoxy and then poured it into the mold. But again, I'm being lazy. So that's where I am right now. Lazy. So, but I'm trying to tell you the right way to do it. Let's see. What's that saying? Do as I say, not as I do. Because I don't always do it right here. And look at y'all. We had enough for everything. Woo-woo! That's awesome. Oh, y'all didn't even see those. Sorry. All right. So then I typically stand because I want to see all around and make sure I don't have any holes. Like right here could use a lot more. And so if you didn't know, resin is self-leveling. At least the resins that I've used have been self-leveling. So if you have them on a level base, then the resin should level itself out. So you don't have to worry about like one side having way more resin than another, unless that's what it's doing to level what's happening with your art piece. So y'all, these look pretty good. And I am just going to use the rest of this just to make sure. So use my popsicle stick here. And then I'll take my gloves off and see if there were any questions. And if, depending on how that goes, you know, we'll wrap it up for today, because I don't think I've ever done a live this long. But hey, I'm glad y'all hung out with me while I did this stuff and got my crafting going here. Let's see. Let me make sure I smooth that out. So like sometimes what I like to do, especially if I think there's gonna be drips, like there's a couple right here, I like to come, 30 minutes later and kind of wipe down the sides like I'm doing right now, just to kind of prevent as many of the additional drips as possible. Like if I can catch them while they're still moldable and get rid of them while they're moldable, then I want to do that. So I will do stuff like that until it's too dry for me to do it, or if I'm tired or asleep, then of course I'm not doing it. But yikes, do not fall over. You are not allowed. Okay. So that is it. Let me take my gloves off so I can see. And I thank you guys for the likes that we've gotten on here while we were doing our thing. Oh, let me show y'all one more thing because there are some big old bubbles in my molds over here. So I can't even show you this. This is alcohol. I just used this spray bottle because it was alcohol, but it was 70% alcohol. I think it might be 91% alcohol now. But there are two ways to help you get bubbles out. One, you can use alcohol, and two, you can use a torch. I like using alcohol more than I do a torch, just because I've had some things like get too hot. So I prefer not to use a torch and to use alcohol. So with that, and I wish I could pick this up and show you, but there's like a big old bubble right here. And as soon as that alcohol hits that bubble, it will dissipate some of the bubbles that you have in there. So, and it'll definitely pop those big ones, which is good. So that way, if you saw, which I do, I need a popsicle stick that's not going to be stuck with. You can move around because that may have a hole in there. So you want to make sure. Again, it's self-leveling, but I try to help it out. I try to help it out. Make sure I get the desired look that I want. But you just spray it with alcohol and it'll help you get rid of some of your bubbles. I don't honestly see as many bubbles on my trees as I do the molds. And I don't know. So I use diluted alcohol. Oh, okay. I've never tried to dilute it. I just keep it when I'm making, how much resin should I use? When I'm making dominoes. Ooh, that depends on your pack of dominoes. I always start with anywhere from, I would say 20, 30, maybe 30 of each side, and then go from there and then see if you need more. Because it's like I said, I'd rather have to mix a little bit more than take some away. I'm just going to spray this. I don't typically spray my trees, but I'm going to spray it just to see. So, and I don't dilute my alcohol because, again, that's more work. I never used to understand the measurements of my resin, right? That's why I do the 1-to-1, because 1-to-1, sand dollar. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got everything from everyone. So I don't see any additional questions. So I am going to say, let me put my face back in here. Thank you. Like I was like, am I gonna go live and be live while I do all of this stuff? And I am so glad I did. Like I appreciate you guys. I'm just gonna say that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, on Wednesday, I'm doing Pen TV, which is Pinterest Live. I am doing that for back to school crafts and see what, here's while we're talking, like don't just spray it one time and think that, okay, I got all my bubbles. You may need to, like I said, when I come back in 30 minutes to check for drips, you may need to like come back in 10 or 15 minutes and see if any bubbles popped up, because just that quick, some bubbles showed themselves. So you want to make sure, and make sure you use a clean popsicle stick if you use a popsicle So you just want to make sure that you are just keeping an eye on it so that you don't have something in it that you don't want, or have a bubble that's so big that it leaves a gap in your project. So yeah, so again, thank you for watching. Watch me on Pinterest TV on Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern time. ProcrasCreationDIY is where you find me on most platforms. And for those that were here at the beginning, Felicia Christian TV is my other YouTube channel where I talk more about my health journey. And Trulicity, I've been on Trulicity for a while. I've lost 40 pounds and still on that journey, but recently I've gotten some very scary health news, and working through that mentally and what that means. I got some treatments coming up that I'm going to have to be subjected to. So this, nice to meet you too. So this is what's going to keep me sane, like what's going to keep me doing what I can control. So if you enjoyed this, I have a channel as well. Okay, is it the Passionately Intrigued Arts? Is that your channel? Because I'll go find it and, you know, become a member. Like, I'm all about, like, not just trying to promote myself. So if you're doing great things and you want to put that in the chat, like, absolutely do that. And we will, hopefully everybody will go out there and take a few moments and find your channels and become a family. Let's become a family. So anyways, like I said, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you later. And I'm going to get off and get right on to trying to find you. So if you see a subscriber in the next few minutes, it's me. So again, love you. Y'all all have a wonderful evening. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.